welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing well. As you guys can tell by the title of this video, today we're going to be reacting to Bad Friendship Stories round 2. Now, honestly, I feel like these videos are just for us to learn and become better and do some introspection and just, become better versions of ourselves, because I think all the bad friendships that we go through are there to teach us lessons. So let's take away as much from these things as we possibly can, and let's get into today's video. I haven't gone through any of the question stickers the question stickers and my DMs. I've screenshot quite a few, but I actually haven't made any effort to read them. So let's do this, shall we? Also, in today's video, I'm going to be trying to do some makeup, but we can't make any promises that today's face is going to be complete because there's a lot to go through. Let's get into it. Okay, so I'm going to start off with the question stickers. I think I screenshot one that I need to make sure that I moved into. Okay, let's get into it, shall we? The first one is, had school friends who checked up on my boyfriend more than me when we broke up. That's shady. BFF went after my boyfriend. Oh, that's the same person. Oh, shit! Oh! I'm sorry, but if your friend is checking up on your ex post breakup and she's not there for you, sis is after your mans. Let's call it what it is. Let's call a spade, sis. Okay, that's crazy though. My friend used me for money, food, makeup, and nice things. She was a leech. I used to buy her takeouts every day at work, and she was just friends for financial reasons. Okay, here's the thing. I started off this video saying there are lots of people that are like me and that are givers, but there are also takers who don't know when to stop taking. It's okay if you guys have a balanced friendship where, okay, I cover you this week, you cover me next week. It needs to be balanced. I don't ever want to feel that I owe somebody something, So that's just me. Not everybody is like that. But also, I find a lot of people want friendships to be beneficial. And I've been through this multiple times, so many times. And the thing is you are always so eager to help people. You're always so eager to never want to say no. But when it comes time for you to ask for help, or when it comes time for you to say no, it's some type of way, So honestly, you don't need friends that are not going to be there 50-50. Yes, there are some people who genuinely don't have, but if your friends do have and they are using you to save their money, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You really need to evaluate your friendships. But yeah, like I said, I think we go through these things so that we can also learn to draw healthy boundaries. Because let me tell you something. I don't know. I was the kind of person to never say no. And then when I say no, I feel so bad and so crappy. And yeah. Not that the person is making me feel bad, but if I have to feel bad to a situation, if I have to say no to something, I'm the one feeling bad and feeling like I'm letting people down. And I think we also just need to understand that healthy boundaries are needed, because if you don't have healthy boundaries, people take advantage of your good nature. And yeah, sometimes I think, now looking back in hindsight with some of my friendships, by the way, I'm using the Huda Beauty Bomb Brows pencil. Looking back in hindsight, I will say that I think some people do have the best of intentions for you, do have the best of intentions as friends, but the way they treat you just comes across really, really wrong. What I'm trying to say is, be a well-balanced friend, I think at the end of the day, you know, I look back at some of my friendships and I was like, there were some really good things going on, but there were also some really horrible things that made me feel like I was being used, and I don't like that. That's where I draw the line. Where I feel used is where I draw the line. If I'm only good to you if I can benefit you, that's where I draw the line. You know, and also I'm not here to try and compete with anybody else in your life. If I'm your friend, I'm your friend. But don't make it seem like I'm only there when I have something to offer you. Does that make sense? But yeah, in hindsight, I do think people have the best of intentions, but I just think that sometimes actions come across not in the right way, if that makes any sense at all. The next one is ex-BFF, who was my neighbor even. Shut up with ex-bae less than a week post breakup. These BFFs that go chase your man post breakup and you don't even wait for the tears to stop falling down your face. You don't wait for the tears to stop falling down your friend's face. You just pew. I'm very concerned for you. I am very concerned. Also, what is this thing of wanting your friend's man? Like, you know everything she's dealing with. You know the good, the bad, the ugly, the horrible. And yet, you want the same guy? Make it make sense. You know everything about this man. Why do you still want to go find out for yourself? Or should I say boy? Anyway, that's messed up. Also, the previous one where she says I used to buy her takeout every day at work and she was just friends for financial reasons. I think that's really ugly. At work even. I mean, you guys are both working. Why are you buying food for her all the time? Like, that doesn't make sense. Also, I think this is teaching you to draw healthy boundaries and just like moving forward, don't always offer to pay for the meal. Always split it 50-50. It doesn't matter if my food was more expensive than my friend's food or my friend's food is more expensive than mine. I always split it 50-50. Even the tip, you know, we'll add a tip on and then split it 50-50, and I'll be like, is that okay? We'll agree, we'll pay the bill. Always split things 50-50. Moving forward, once you guys have been friends for years, then you can offer to pay the full bill, you know. Or if your friend is struggling one month and you know she's struggling, maybe she had to fix something on her car or she had to replace this or replace that in her house, then you know. But like, don't let people take advantage of you, you know. And I know it's easier said than done because we always think, no, but we are the bigger person. Whoever looks at us and thinks, oh, shame, she always does nice things for me, let me be the bigger person. How many people do that? Not a lot in my experience, okay? My high school friend, best friend, was always in competition with me. Everyone saw it, but I chose to ignore it because I thought it was just a phase. I remember on my wedding day, she actually told me that my hair does not look good. After I got married, she used to keep taunting me about having a baby. She fell pregnant matricia, and I've never judged her. I was there for her. When there was anything going on in my life, like going on holiday or my birthday or graduation, she would call me and say, oh, you're getting so old, you're gonna be old and without children. She has 3 kids now and keeps on insulting me. I'm so upset because we really want kids, but we have fertility issues. It hurts so much. I stopped talking to her because I realized that it wasn't coming from a place of love. I feel so much better now that I'm not in contact with her. Some friends are just not genuine. Firstly, I just want to say, my honey bunch, I'm really sorry that you're having fertility issues. You just gotta trust God's plan, you know. We don't know what God's plan is. We don't know whether God's plan is for us to ever have kids or to give another kid a home. We never know. We never know what the situation is. But I am praying for you. I pray that you don't have fertility issues and that it's just God's timing. You just gotta trust it and enjoy the baby making process in the meantime. But yeah, I do think this is a very horrible friend. I think I kind of can relate to this. But like, I won't go into that in too much detail because I don't know whether it's true or not. I don't know whether it's for sure. But you know, friends who always don't have nice things to say to you are not true friends, you know? And it's not nice when people taunt you. Like, they know she's your closest friend, right? She probably knows you're struggling with fertility issues. Why would she keep taunting you? Oh, you're getting old, you don't have any children. Nobody wants to hear that. Friendship is not insensitive. Friendship is very, 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 very extremely sensitive to what you are going through. That is not true friendship, and I'm so glad that you stopped speaking to her, and you sound like you are in a better place not speaking to her. That's a lot. I'm so sorry you have to go through that. Okay. Girl, I have a long one. 100K later. Are you not going to tell us? Are you not going to tell us? 100K later. Are you talking about money? Because she just said 100K. How am I? Okay. Let's go to the next one. Hopefully she sent me a DM. I didn't check. I told one of my boyfriend's close friend's girlfriend that the guy was cheating on her. Oh! You told your boyfriend's close friend's girlfriend that he was cheating on her. Woo! Hey, that's hectic. Hey. No, that's wild. She believed him and not me, and my boyfriend had told me. I told her because I thought we were close. I would have expected the same if she knew something about my mans. About a month later, she found out by herself. Until date, she doesn't speak to me. We see each other around our town, and I get nasty looks just for looking out for her. Okay, hold up. You see, I feel like you have to be very selective when you are telling people that their man is cheating on them. Because let me tell you something. These men will swindle you. Okay? These men will swindle you. No, babes, you're the only woman in my life. Blah, blah, blah. This and that. La, 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 la. How? Next moment, he falls off the face of the earth for a couple of days. You don't know where he is. Meantime, he's busy with his side chick. No, baby, my phone died. I was with the boys. Blah, blah, blah. I've never been cheated on, but I assume this is how things go. And if anybody cheats on me, so help me God, we gonna have problems. Anyway. That is messed up. But ladies, like, let's be honest. If somebody tells us our man is cheating on us, we're gonna be like, eh? No, can't be. But honestly, I don't know why she's still giving you dirty looks. If I was her, I'd be like, you know what? I am so sorry that I was so horrible to you and that I didn't believe you. I honestly thought he was the one for me, you know? But I didn't think he was going to cheat on me. You know, be a woman. Woman up and say, listen, I made a mistake. I'm sorry. What's the use of still giving people dirty looks and all of that stuff? It takes too much energy to be angry at people, man. Come on. Too much energy to be angry at people and give people dirty looks and this, that, and the other. We ain't got time, sis. We got other things to do. Okay? Let it go. I feel like even me, if I was being cheated on, I would like to know. But I think there's also actually me, if I was being cheated on, I don't want to know. But you can tell me after the breakup, because I think I would be able to smell from a mile away if a man was cheating on me. Hopefully. I don't know. Hopefully God is good and that never happens to me. Anyway, I believe that there are still good men out there, okay? So let us keep the faith. What am I saying? Yeah, I feel like she's just a little salty because you found out before her. But at the end of the day, if you know what, I always believe that you should live your life based on how you feel you would like to be treated. Because if it was you would do the right thing by telling her, because you know for a fact that you would like to be told if your man was cheating on you. So the fact that you told her, you did a good thing. If she decided she wasn't going to take it in the right way, that's her problem, sis. You almost saved her from a month extra of heartache, but she chose not to believe you. So she suffered for 1 month until she found it herself. You know? Like, also, for me personally, I feel like woman, like, if you tell me my man's cheating on me, I will go into my own digging and my own research to make sure that what you're saying is right. So if she didn't do any digging and she took his word for it, let me tell you something. It's hard to find. I think men who cheat, it's maybe hard to find them out. But it's not impossible. It's possible for them to hide it well. It's not impossible for you to find them out. That's what I'm saying. And it sounds like you guys live in a small town. So I personally think that, especially because you guys live in a small town, that it's easy for you to know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody that is messing with your man's. Okay. Okay, next one is he blackmailed friends for nudes, posing as someone else. He blackmailed your friends for nudes. Apparently some of y'all are the pits, like the actual pits. Sure. Next one is, when I was single, I had this friend and she was sweet because I was always available and always up for chilling, and when I got into a relationship, she got upset and distanced herself and tried to, hold on, I need to go into the DMs for this. She got upset I got into a relationship and distanced herself and tried to make me jealous by getting another friend. Bear in mind, she was in a serious relationship this whole time, so I don't understand why she got upset when I got into one. I used to just hold candle all the time. I guess that's what she wanted from our friendship. Okay, I kind of understand where you're... Okay, the fact that she was already in a serious relationship, I don't get it. You know, I don't get it. I had a friend who was single when we initially started becoming friends, and then halfway through she got a boyfriend, so that was all fine and well. But then she would disappear 2-3 weeks on end, you know, like I don't know if she's safe, I don't know if she's alive. Like, it was that kind of friendship. Like, I genuinely cared for her. It was that kind of friendship, and you know, it kind of hurt my feelings when she would only message me to say, oh, you know, I need something, or can you take me here, or, you know, I'm checking in to see how you're doing, but in the same breath be like, can you take me here this day and that day because boyfriend's not available, or whatever the case may be is. That hurt my feelings, because you have made this person, before this person we were really good friends and we had a really good connection and bond and whatever, but as soon as this person came into your life, all of a sudden I don't exist until I am able to offer you some sort of benefit of being my friend. That was very hurtful for me. In this circumstance though, I do think maybe she was just all for you being single and being there for her all the time, but now that you have a boyfriend, she's a bit salty. I mean, I really don't know what it is. Maybe she felt like she didn't have time for you. I don't know, but that's very sus considering she had a serious boyfriend and you didn't. That's selfish, I feel like. That's very selfish. Like, you don't have to check up on me every single week, but like, we are supposed to be close friends. You know, that shouldn't change if you get a partner. That's my honest opinion. And your friendship shouldn't change just because one of you has a boyfriend now, or whatever the case may be is. Nothing should change. Even if you get married, nothing should change about a friendship. It will always evolve and grow and adapt, but it shouldn't change. Are we gonna get any makeup done today? I don't even know. Okay, the next one is, hi Sanesh, I hope you're well. I have 2 worst friendship stories that I'd like to share. Number 1, we were friends for 10 years since primary school. After high school, I would notice that she would always copy everything I do, even to a point where she would buy the same clothing I would wear. My family noticed that she was doing what she was doing and told me that she was a bad friend. When I had a boyfriend, I would always invite her to our friendship. That was my fault. When I had a boyfriend, I would always include her in our relationship and invite her out with us But when she got a man, she totally forgot about me and put him first. I can relate, girl. I would always support her and do multiple things she wanted, like drive her around as she didn't have a car. She didn't appreciate it. Totally relate, girl. When I would tell her good news, I would instantly see her face change, and the jealousy was insane. She would get mad if I told her I couldn't join her if I was spending quality time with my partner. I eventually started spending more time with her to make sure she doesn't get mad at me and neglect my partner. You started spending more time with her to make sure she doesn't get mad at me, and you neglected your partner? Ooh, girl. This is about another friend. I had a girls' weekend and decided to go clubbing on the Saturday night. We were having girl talk, and she told me that her ex used to abuse her and she didn't like it, and she was now sleeping with another guy who is great and she's happy. That night while we were out, her ex showed up and pulled her in the club. He then asked her, which bitch you with? Referring to me. Oh, that is nasty. I got upset and told him to not talk to me that way. He continued screaming at her and me, and I told her I want to go home. She eventually took him in the car with us, and as she was driving, he was swearing her. He was very drunk and I was scared. He told her that she belongs to him and nobody else. They dropped me off and he went to her house and they slept together. End of friendship. I wanted nothing to do with her as I don't appreciate that level of disrespect. I'm sorry, ma'am. Yo. So, he used to abuse her. Oh my god. Why do women do this? Not to say I'm any better, because trust me, I've also been caught up in some toxic ass cycles. But like, a toxic ass cycle, only one. Let's be honest. Why do women do this to ourselves? Why do we do this to ourselves? Why do we go back to a man who we know is not good for us? After him swearing you, after him swearing you still gotta give up some coochie, honey? After him swearing you and calling your friend a bee, you still gonna give him some coochie? Ma'am. No. If you disrespect my friend, you're disrespecting me. I'm leaving. Bye. I'm bouncing. But I also don't blame her because she was caught up in that really toxic cycle. But you're really gonna lose some good friends over some toxic dick? Huh? You really gonna do that, ma'am? I'm sorry I had to go through that, babes. Okay, somebody else says, hey, beautiful. Well, let's just say all my friendships resulted me feeling more insecure about myself due to the amount of obvious and not so obvious bitterness thrown at me. I pretty much have a past of having not so good friends. Girls, actually friends that are users. That's a past I have with friends. Oh, and friends that make me feel shit. I haven't had a lot of friends, but I think my friends from school days used to make me feel really shit. And after that, they just used to use me. Till this day, I don't have any friends because I cut you off as soon as I see the first red flag. I feel both happy and sad about it because now who am I going to invite for a girls trip or even have as bridesmaids? Girl, you can invite me. Oh, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. We don't know each other like that, but trust God's process. Trust God's timing. You will find a really good friend. I promise you, I only found really good friends last year. That was like 25. At 25 years old, that is when I found my two closest friends that I still am friends with right now. So don't ever take for granted that there are people out there that are meant for you in terms of friendships. She also says, but I'm still glad I don't have to pretend with anyone and waste time on unnecessary things. Just sometimes wish I had a true friend. Girl, I used to wish the same thing all the time. I always wish I had a true friend. I always wish I had somebody who is like my person in a friend form, you know, not a partner, not a boyfriend, but like my friend, like a genuine friend, a female friend that could understand the struggles of being a female, you know. Okay, somebody else says, so here's my worst friendship story, which is pretty recent. So my best friend and I of 19 years recently had a kids dispute. Her daughter 11 and my one 8 used to play quite often at each other's houses. While I noticed that every time we would go to their house, her daughter was very antisocial and refused to let my daughter play with her toys. But I ignored it. Yet she would... Oh, my camera stopped. I don't know where I finished. So they would play at each other's houses often. I noticed that every time we would go to their house, her daughter was very antisocial and refused to let my daughter play with her toys, but I ignored it. Yet when she would come over, she would literally take every single toy out of my daughter's. Even open jewelry boxes and use my daughter's things, but I was okay with it until my 8-year-old called her out recently and told her to please return one of the toys she put in her pocket the last time they visited, because that was her favorite toy from her birthday, which she actually recently got. I was shocked and my daughter started crying. My friend's child denied taking the toy and my daughter said, but I saw you put it in her pocket. But I saw you put it in your pocket. Her mom says that her child is too big and won't play with toys. Anyway, they left. I asked my daughter how many times... Oh, there is more to the story. My bad. How many times did that child take toys from her and go home? My daughter well named the toys and occasions, so there wasn't one event but a few, and I asked her why she didn't tell me. She said she was scared. Anyway, I didn't want to make bad friendship over silly toys. Then another day I messaged my friend saying hi, etc., how's her day. She ignored me. Day after the same. So the following day I asked her if she was upset. She ignored me again. I said to her, is she willing to throw away years of friendship based on the girl's issue? And in the whole time the girls had their issue, I didn't say anything but told my child off. I kept quiet anyway. The last day when I sent her a message asking her why she ignored me, she calls me, puts me on speaker for her 11-year-old to hear, and tells me, oh sorry, I don't have time to answer your pathetic issues because I'm too busy doing schoolwork with her child and etc. As if I'm raising trees and I'm not doing the same thing, if not more, because I work from home too. Anyway, she said she was not angry. I asked her, are you sure? She said yes, but she was upset over my 8-year-old asking her 11-year-old for her toy that she took back. In fact, I should have been the angry one because that toy was 500 rand and it was new, but my friendship meant more to me than the toy, even though it made my child cry. But I didn't directly blame her daughter. I just let the girls talk. She puts up a status message today saying this. Whew. So this is the meme. Yeah, I'm that mom that gives kisses and hugs and pats on the back, but I'm also that mom that is willing to wipe out anything on the planet that tries to hurt her baby. So willing to wipe out an 8-year-old because she asked for what was hers. Imagine. Well, my lesson from this was that I valued my friendship with her so much to actually call her and ask her to let it be. She said nothing was wrong, but clearly she is holding a grudge over an 8-year-old who happens to be my child. So it's okay for her to defend her child, but not okay for me to defend mine. That's not okay. That's a long story, but honestly, I'm sorry, but if your children cannot get along and you cannot tell your child, part of raising kids is to call them out when they are wrong. I'm sorry, but if my child is wrong and my child has been taking things from a child that's younger, I will tell them that is wrong and you need to give that child all their things back. You don't come here defending your child and then you think it's wrong when the other person defends their child. The poor 8-year-old is only asking for what's hers. I don't understand why it must now be such a hectic thing. Like, take accountability for your child's actions. And also, she's 11 years old. I'm pretty sure she knows exactly what she's doing. I have a 12-year-old nephew. They know what they're doing. They are pretty smart. Hold your kids accountable. If you don't hold them accountable now, I'm sorry to tell you, but your kids are never going to take accountability. If you don't hold them accountable now, at the tender age of 11, hold them accountable for the wrong things that they are doing. Otherwise, it's going to escalate into teenagehood and adulthood. And before you know it, it's going to be out of your control. Don't do it. Don't be that parent. How? Imagine your friend even trying to be like, you know what, it's not a big deal. The girls have their problems. And the one who's supposed to be angry too is like, the girls have their problems, why must it escalate to us? For sec. Some of y'all, I'm sorry, that friend didn't deserve you, okay? She did not deserve you. Someone as amazing as you. How am I? Okay. Next one. Worst friendship story. My husband and I were friends with this guy for about 7 years. He and my husband even traveled overseas before we got married. And after we were married, this guy was always at our home for brides, parties, whatever it was. He would just come around when he was having a hard time with his girlfriends for casual pizza and to talk, etc. He and my husband were so close, and I was good friends with his sister, so naturally our wedding, he and his family were all invited to our functions. Anyways, last year he was dating this girl and we were hosting our baby shower, so we invited him with her even though we hadn't met her yet. She came, we spoke for a bit, but there was a lot of people, so it was casual. Fast forward a few months, they were getting married. Our baby shower was the only time we met her, since she always had excuses. He invited just my husband and I for his wedding, not our baby, who would have only been 10 months old at the time of his wedding. He said he couldn't pay her head for the baby. He couldn't pay per head for the baby when she wasn't even going to eat. That doesn't even make sense. Anyways, we were upset as we were meant to be best friends. My husband, also his groomsman, just let him know that I wasn't comfortable leaving my baby for so long and she was still breastfed, etc., so I wouldn't attend, but he would. All he responded was that he respects my decision. He also invited my husband alone for a pre-wedding braai, even though he had eaten at our home countless times. I was so pissed off, so was my husband. They got into an argument and he uninvited my husband from the wedding and wanted his groomsman gift back, which was a pair of socks. That was the end of the friendship. Whoo! These are the kinds of friendships I'm talking about, the conditional friendships. Like, everything is fine and well when it's with you, but when it's time for the other person to pick up the slack and to, what's the word? Meet you halfway, then it's a problem. What is wrong with you people? The child is 10 months old, she's still being breastfed. Can you not understand? Could his wife at the time, or girlfriend at the time, not tell him, can you understand that the child is being breastfed? You can't expect her to not have a child at the wedding if you want them to attend. Some woman, what is wrong with you? Like, seriously, woman out there, what is wrong with you? Use your brain cells that God blessed you with. Some women are so amazing, and some of y'all, I even wonder to myself how we are part of the same species, because it doesn't make sense to me. Make it make sense. And also, you won't have to pay for a child because she's being breastfed. That doesn't make sense. Who the hell pays for a baby under a year old? A 10-month-old that barely can walk yet. Maybe they can just crawl. I don't know if they can walk. Also, baby, it doesn't make sense. Somebody make it make sense to me, because it's not making sense to me right now. Anyway, this is the last one, and it's safe to say that we're not going to do any makeup in this video today, but I mean, it'd be like that sometimes. Hi Sanesh, I have a really bad friendship story. So back in high school, I used to be an introvert, hence I only had a few friends, and the few reduced to one, because I didn't accept toxic friendships. She was my best friend for a period of 4 years until grade 9 till matric. I was always there for her, thinking she's one of the real ones, but she went behind my back talking about me. She didn't tell me about tuition she was going for. We used to go for tuitions together. Worst of all, she got a boyfriend in grade 11 and totally pushed me away and forgot about me. And here's the real tea. Number 1, my grade 11 year I took 5 merit awards. She never clapped for me and never congratulated me. Ugly. 2, the night of our matric dance, whilst my date and I went to take pictures, she got her boyfriend to pour champagne on my chair, and the chairs had black velvet covering, so I didn't see and sat on the chair only for my dress to get messed, and I had to leave early because of that, and the champagne being pink. That's ugly. And to add on to number 1, she told people I'm only getting awards because I do easy subjects. Worst of all, on the matric dance night, she never spoke to me at all because her boyfriend didn't like us speaking. No pictures with her, literally nothing. My night was completely ruined because of that. You know what? I just want to say I've never been a friend to be malicious and nasty. And I've never known people to be malicious and nasty like that because I truly see the best in people. But I genuinely feel like when people are going to go to this extent to be nasty and horrible to you, karma. You know this thing of karma, I don't think enough of us believe in it. You know, they say that what you put out into the world is what you get back. And if you put out good deeds into the world, you get it back tenfold. But it also applies to when you put out bad deeds into the world, you also get it back tenfold. So her life may be fabulous and wonderful and flowery right now, and probably was back then in high school, but karma has a funny way of rearing its ugly head. And let me tell you something, there are some people who are so unshakable, that karma sometimes takes a little extra longer to get to those people, because karma knows where it hurts the most. You and I don't know where it hurts the most for other people and the people that have done us wrong, but karma never ceases to get revenge. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to say things. You don't have to defend yourself. I even stopped defending myself against people who have bad shit to say against my name. If you want to, go ahead, honey. But don't forget that there was a time where I was the person that was really good to you. And there was a time that I would have put anything on the line for you. And you took that for granted. And that's on you. So if you want to go behind my back and tell people I'm needy, and I'm this, and I'm that, and I'm blah, 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 and I'm jealous, wada, 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 fish paste. Girl, check yourself. Check yourself. And I'm going to let karma do the rest. Because I was a really good friend to you. And I know that the amount of effort I put into a friendship is always going to come back to me. Because I only have the best of intentions for people. Never get it twisted, honey. Karma is your best friend. All the people who have worse friendship stories, karma is your best friend. You ain't got to stress about nothing, honey. I do think a lot of friendships, that was the last one by the way, I do think a lot of friendship stories do involve a lot of introspection. But I also do think that you just need to learn the lesson and move on. You don't have to take things upon yourself. We're not trying to get revenge over stupid things. Let it go. But also, if people are willing to let go of your friendship over silly things, they don't really value your friendship. And we want people in our lives who value us, who value our friendships, who value the amount of effort we put into our friendships to maintain our friendships. Because we all get busy and life is hectic. None of us want to be felt like we've been taken for granted. None of us want to be felt like we have to let small, mediocre issues amongst our kids get in between us. Like, you know what? Yeah. A lot of my followers, you guys do seem very level-headed and you guys do seem very mature. So I'm sorry that you guys had to go through such crazy friendships. But yeah, I guess you live and you learn. And I think life has a funny way of showing you who are the people who will be there for you through thick and thin and who won't. So trust life. Trust the process. I love you guys so much. I'm sorry this was not a makeup video. We were getting there, but like I got so engrossed. I even forgot to do my conceal my eyebrows and all of that stuff. But I love you guys so much. And hopefully we'll do a part 3. Or comment down below and let me know what you guys want me to react next. And maybe we'll do a makeup in that video. I love you guys so much. Don't forget to slay all day, every day with Amazon makeup. And I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Bye-bye! Also, thank you to everybody for sharing your stories. I appreciate you guys so much.